Back to Sports Live Media on YouTube. It is your guy Sports Live. I am broadcasting live again from the 91 short track, the fastest short dirt track in the South. We had part one of go-kart racing tonight, and part two will be starting back up in about 5 to 10 minutes. And so the second part is going to be feature races. So in those feature races, we will have Limited Predator. We have that one will be 12 laps according to what I'm looking at. Then you'll have the Clone 365, which is the second race. And then you'll have Blue Plate, which will be 18 laps. And then you'll have Rookie Adult or Rookie A, which is 20 laps. So thank you for joining me on Sports Live Media here on YouTube. It's your guy Sports Live. I am broadcasting live yet again for part two of the go-kart racing from the 91 short track in Hanceville, Alabama, just off of Alabama Highway 91. We will be resuming the racing again very shortly. And from what I gather, there is going to be 4 more races this evening for part two. In part two, it looks like we will have, and apparently there's a Limited Predator, will be 12 laps. And I believe there's going to be 4 people in that race. You have the Clone 365, which will be 4 people, sorry. That's 20 laps. You have the Blue Plate, which will be 18 laps with 3 people. And you have the Rookie A with 20 laps for 7. So, anyway, we are now back with the racing. We will be resuming here shortly. Intermission is almost over, so we're about to start back up with racing. Can y'all hear me out there in YouTube land? Welcome back to Sports Live Media on YouTube. It's your guys Sports Live, broadcasting live from the 91 short track in Hanceville, Alabama. We are going to have 4 more go-kart races before the evening's over with. And you can hear other cars in the background. So, right now, as you can see, we got people working on their cars, getting things ready for the final feature races and stuff. There will be 4 more races this evening. So, anyway, we will be resuming the race pretty soon. Again, for those joining me, this is the track that we will be running on, or that they will run the races on. They will start down there at the white line. I know it's hard to see it. They'll start there. They'll go 1 full lap at caution, and from there, they go all the way around the track with that right there. Then they'll get a notification for 1 lap to go while in caution. They'll come back around the track, and when they come back around the track, they'll go over there, and that's where they'll go at. When they get back to this point right over here, they will go full green flag. In the races, the feature races are a little longer than normal. Most of the races normally are 12 to 15 laps, but feature races are going to be between 12 and 20 depending on the division of the race. Now, just a quick explanation. Over there where you see the lights and the flags, that is your flag stand where you have your colored flag. You will have several flags. You have green flag for full speed. You have the yellow flag that's usually issued when there's a spin out or a minor crash. You'll have red flag that comes from serious crashes, significant debris or fuel on the track. And sometimes during yellow flag, it'll be a red flag stop so they can try to figure out where everyone is placed. So racing will resume here shortly, and there will be 4 more races. One thing also you do not want to see is a black flag. In the black flag situation, it means that you're disqualified. You have to leave the racetrack. You have to leave the premises immediately. You don't want to see that. Also, when there's 1 lap to go in the race, you will have a white flag, and then the winner gets the checkered flag for winning the race. So while we're waiting on things to get started, we'll look at the track and just watch the track for a few minutes. Again, thank you for joining me on Sports Live Media tonight. I'm Bob Amin with Sports Live Media, and I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you for joining me for this broadcast tonight. Normally, I try not to split up the broadcast, but the intermission period was a little bit lengthy, and I don't think you want to watch nothing going on during the intermission. Right now, as you can see kind of over here, they are getting go for those feature races and stuff. And for those that's just joining me, I'll walk back over there and I'll let you know how many, who's what, and what's doing what with the races. Those races will be starting again very shortly. So I do appreciate you taking the time. And hello to you, Drake. I do appreciate you. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast. I know this is part 2 of the go-kart racing. Part 1 had a lot of good races, and we're through with part 1. Now we're in the feature stuff, and the features will be starting shortly. In those features, which I'll go back over the list again, you have limited predator or C race. You'll have 5 people in that race, and there's 12 laps. You have clone 365, which will have 4 in that race, and that'll be 20 laps. You have blue plate, which will have 3 drivers with 18 laps, and you'll have rookie A, which will have 2, 3, 7 people racing in it for a total of 20 laps. There you have is who was in the features. Now we'll go back up toward the track. In the meantime, we'll look and see what others are working on the cars over here. You got some over here that's working on the cars, getting things ready. You got some over there, and then you got a large number of them over there. So, anyway, let's move back toward the racetrack and see if we can't figure some stuff out. One thing I will show you, this yellow box that you see is what they call the grid. This is the staging area that they will have the race car drivers come in and tell, that's where they will line up at. Going up this ramp over here, you have a yellow arrow, which is signifying the direction to go. And on the other side, you have 2 yellow arrows signaling coming down the track. On the track itself, it looks like we're about to get started. We're about to get started with the features. 5 minutes and they will start, according to the director of the racing. So, over here, you'll see what looks like a yellow line. If you have to leave the track for any reason during the race, that's the one that you go down. That's the way to exit the track safely. So anyway, stay with Sports Law Media. I do have you covered in part 2 of go-kart racing tonight, May 31st, 2025. And I'm broadcasting live on location at the 91 short track, the fastest short dirt track in the South. And I'm located just off of Highway 91 in Hanceville, Alabama. So stay tuned for resumption of racing. In the meantime, we'll just look at what's going on the track. Not much is going on at the moment, but that's what we'll look at until we get started. Here's a pan of looking around what the track looks like. Again, that signal over there, that red light symbol, that will change between red, green, and yellow depending on circumstances going on in the race. Over there you have people working the flag stand, getting things ready for the next race. So racing will resume here shortly. Sorry for the delay, but they said they will be getting started in 5 minutes, so hang with me. I've got you covered on Sports Law Media for the last of these races for tonight. There's a closer look at the track. Alrighty. They're getting things ready now, and they're about to call the drivers to the grid area, even though they had a 5-minute notice not long ago. But we're going to have 4 races real quick. When the races are done, we'll see what's going on at that point. So again, stay with Sports Law Media. I do have you covered for the rest of the racing for tonight. If you will, though, it would greatly help if you hit the like button and the subscribe button and share this video so people can see live go-kart racing. I do enjoy covering these races and stuff, but what helps me is if you hit the like and share button so that way we can get the word out that this is going on. People like to see these kind of races, and I love covering it. So if you would like to do that, please do so. Anyway, again, for those that's just joining me, welcome again to Sports Law Media for part 2 of go-kart racing, which will start soon. In part 1, we had several races. Only one race had a complete green flag the whole time with no yellow flags or red flags or any issues, and all the other races that we had in part 1 of a previous live stream had several yellow flags, a couple red flags, and everything else like that. We had a couple minor crashes, couple spin outs. We had a red flag issue not for placement of the cars, because that does happen from time to time, but we had a red flag due to significant debris and or fuel that ended up on the track. But now that that's taken care of and racing is getting started, they're starting their engines again, so they're getting things ready over here, as you can hear. Can y'all hear me out there in YouTube land? Well, anyway, they're about to get started, so when they start, we'll resume coverage. And it looks like they're getting in position, ready to get started for the race. You see the one walking over there? He is the director and coordinator of this racetrack. They're getting ready now. Oh yes, Talladega Nights is a great movie. It is a very great movie. You know, I might actually watch that later tonight when I'm done doing this. That might be a good movie to watch to close out my evening after I get through with things tonight. So thank you for the suggestion, Clay. I do appreciate that very much. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but it wouldn't be a bad one to go watch again. So we're just waiting on everything to get started. They're going to be starting the next race very shortly. And again, there will be 4 races that I know of to finish the evening out. And now they're signaling the drivers to come up the ramp. And he went up the wrong way. There's your 3rd driver. There's your 4th driver. So it looks like in this race we will have 4 drivers. Make that 5 drivers. So it looks like we've got 5 drivers. Go around the track one time, and then there'll be 1 to go, and then they'll go full speed. Yellow flag for the caution to start. And they're going to restart at yellow flag. They got to go yellow flag, but some of them got to catch up. Issue with someone stalling out before the race started. We are yellow flag. Yellow flag for caution. 5 cars in this race. We are about to be back underway with part 2 of racing. Go-kart racing at the 91 short track in Hanceville, Alabama, just off of Alabama Highway 91 in Hanceville, Alabama. We have green flag, green flag. There's your leader and your second placer. There's some bump follow this for a bit. See where it goes. Now this is a close race with first and second place. We got one leaving the track. We're down to 4 now. 5 started the race, 1 left, it's down to 4. And it looks like we've got another one leaving the track, so we're now down to 3. Who the winner is. Flag with the winner. So in this race, we started off with 5 people in the race. It then went down to 4, and then it went down to 3. We had 2 yellow flags for spin outs and or other reasons. So that's your summary of that particular race, and we will have another race to start with. And we got the guy going around the track with the victory lap with the checkered flag. We'll catch him as he's going around with the victory lap. And we'll follow him back to the pit. This race should begin here shortly. Got the cars ready and they're about to start the next race. So 1 of 4 done, 3 left to go. Looks like one's excited for their win. Race number 1 of the books, we got 3 left. And it looks like they're meeting at the flag stand right now to determine what's going on with things. Yeah, they're discussing things at the flag stand there.
I think there's another race coming up.
There's 4 total races left. They've ran 1, so they got 3 left.
That was just a consolation race. I'm just seeing who makes it in the main.
I get that, but I was told 4 races by the director, so Justin told me there was 4. If there's more, that's fine, but yeah. That's what he told me.
You know how they were doing like if we make it, we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I do. I do. So we may have more than 4, but minimum of 4, so we may have more, but we'll see.
Hey, yeah.
We'll see. How did you, by the way, how did you do in your race?
I got first place.
So how was that for you winning your race? And what division?
I didn't win the race. I got first in my heat race.
Oh, so you got first in your heat. So how did that feel winning first in your heat?
Good. I mean, I started the race. Feel pretty good.
So what was your strategy?
Drive rush and don't overdrive it.
I got you.
Don't overdrive it and stay calm.
So is that, what piece of advice would you give someone trying to drive for the first time on a course like this?
Stay calm, don't overdrive it, and kind of stay high. Stay high in the straightaways and then swoop down in the turns.
Thank you for explaining about staying high, because some people might take that the wrong way. So, thank you again. I do appreciate you. All right, that was one of the drivers who just raced in one of the heats on some of the other stuff that was going on. So, we will resume shortly. We're waiting on them to get staged right now. Again, for those joining me, there will be a really big race coming up about the middle of June. Right, it'll be mid to late June. I can't really go into details right now about that, but I will be doing a video later on when it gets a little closer, and I'll be talking about that. But for now, just enjoy the racing for what's going on tonight. There is going to be more races that's coming up this summer. I will be at most of the races to cover. Some I will not be, but I will let you know when I will be at the go-kart races. So stay tuned to Sports Law Media for your racing coverage of the go-kart racing at the 91 Short Track in Hanceville, Alabama. Just off of Alabama Highway 91. So,
all right, guys. Cole, let's go. All right, Cole, here we go. Y'all stay.
It looks like we're about to get started in this next race. It would, but I don't. Here they come up the ramp. We got one getting into position. Looks like we got 5 drivers in this race. Yellow flag for the caution to start. Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. They have to start over on the yellow flag thing. Some of them got a little bit antsy there. Yellow flag. Yellow flag for debris on the road. Is a signal for the yellow flag. We are still at yellow flag for caution. Green flag. Green flag. There's your leader. Follow him for a couple laps. We have a yellow flag, 1 leaving the track. 2 leaving the track. We started off the race with 5. We are now down to 3. 2 have left the track. Yellow flag. 1 to go on the yellow flag for caution. Yellow flag. We are at yellow flag for caution. your leader. And now one has re-entered the track. We are now back at 4. We are now back at 4. White flag. Let's follow the leader the rest of the way. Number 4 went back off the track. And there's your winner. Yellow flag. Yellow flag for the in this race we had 3 yellow flags for various reasons, whether it be for minor spin out or minor debris on the road. Everybody's fine, it's just part of it. We started the race with 5. At one point we got down to 3. One of the 2 drivers that went out tried to come back in, but realized we couldn't come back in, so he left again. So it started with 5, went to 3, up to 4, and back to 3. Next race coming shortly. The next race coming up. There's your race director about to make an announcement on what's next. So we have one, there were supposed to be 3 that were in the race. One has withdrawn. So we now have 2. So we had one that's withdrawn, that is leaving the track. He withdrew for whatever reason. So I believe the next race we'll have 2 race cars in this one. Making changes up there at the flag stand due to the one withdrawing. Okay, I'm about to hear the next new changes now.
Okay, so we'll go to blue plate now. Right, blue plate. Okay, so blue plate to the grid, but I'll give y'all a minute because y'all thought there was going to be another race. Blue plate to the grid. Blue plate to the grid.
They're calling for blue plate, which is a race division. They weren't expected to be in the grid because there was supposed to be another race, but there's not now. So one of the races that we had, we will not be having, but there's still a couple of other races here on Sports Law Media, so stay tuned. I got you covered for that. While we're waiting, I'll show you the track again. So again, if you're just joining me, in these go-kart races, they line up right there where that faded white line is that you see and get in position there. After they come off the ramp up here to come up it, they will go one complete lap around the track, and they'll get the signal 1 to go. Once they get there, then they'll go back around again, and when they go back around again to the track right there where you see it, they'll make the turn there, and then they'll go green flag once they get to that area right over there, right at the curve. So that's what they'll do with that.
But I will give, between the last race and the race, I will give 10 minutes for y'all to get ready, okay? 10 extra minutes.
Limited Predator is going to have 10 extra minutes because of lack of preparations from the fact that some of the races, yeah. Alright, let's just look at the track and see what's going on. Nothing right now, but we're waiting on them to get started. They've had some delays due to different things, so yeah. Here we come. Here comes the cars. They're coming up the track now. Three cars so far in this one. We are at yellow flag for caution. Yellow flag for caution to start the race. Green flag, here we go. We have 3 drivers in this race. Follow second place. Now we'll follow third. Now we'll go back to first. Yellow flag for a spin out. Yellow flag for a spin out. Yellow flag for a spin out. And we got red flag at the moment. flag, here we go. Green flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag for not sure. Red flag for positioning purposes. Looks like you got the bumpy going. Green flag, here we go. Here's your leader. We have a spin out, but no yellow flag. There's your leader. Let's follow second place for a minute. There's yellow in third. Follow third. White flag, last lap will follow the leader. We have a winner. Spin out, but the winner's already been determined. He's going to go for his victory lap. Let's follow him for his victory lap. There's your winner. So in this race, we had several yellow flags due to spin-outs and or minor crashes. There's your last place going on this race. All right, there we go. All right, we'll look at the track again. So to summarize that last race, we started off with 3 drivers and we ended up with 3. We had green flag for most of the race. We had a couple yellow flags.
Rookie A! Rookie A!
Rookie A is being called for the next race. They're at the flag stand discussing things. We got Rookie A fixing to happen. Three cars so far. Looks like we got 4. that'll be a fun race. 6. And 7. 8. There's 8 in this one. 8 racers, so this is a big race. We have 8 drivers in this race. One to go with the caution. Green flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag for a spin out. We are under yellow flag. And it looks like we've got a disabled car. We have a disabled car. We are in yellow flag. We're under red flag at the moment. We have a red flag right now. Not sure what the circumstance is, but we have a red flag for a disabled car. Apparently he's got his vehicle working again. We now go back to yellow flag. Yellow flag. Now this is rookie adult. This is adults. Green flag. This is the rookie adults. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Not sure for what, but yellow flag. We have yellow flag. Yellow flag has been issued. Not sure of the reason, but we have yellow flag. Yellow flag for spin out. laps. 2, 3, 7.
What happened? Tell me what way? Get back on.
7. 7 laps. 7 are on the track at the moment. 1 went off the track. We have 7 on the track. We had 8 to start with. Not sure what's going on, but maybe they'll be back. And we are at red flag. Red flag due to placement. Red flag for placement. There's your drivers in red flag position. Still under red flag. It shows yellow, but red flag due to them being stopped. Red flag. I think discussing what's going on over there. Not sure. This one's got the issue that came off the track, and now she's back on. And I think she's been disqualified. We're in the yellow flag now. Yellow flag. Well, she was not disqualified, but she's still running in 8th right now. But we got yellow flag, green flag, green flag. Yellow flag for spin outs. Yellow flag for spin outs. We had 8 on the track and 1 left the track. Now we're down to 7. We are down to 7. Yellow flag. Green flag. We are green flag. Good to go. Yellow flag for bump drafting. Yellow flag for bump drafting. It ended up causing a 3-car crash. We may go red flag because of the stoppage of traffic. We have 3 cars that were involved in a crash. Everyone's okay. 3 cars involved in the crash. We are at red flag. One more driver just left the course. Red flag. Red flag due to placement of positioning. flag. We are going for yellow. We have 6 drivers left. We started with 8. Green flag. Green flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag for another spin out. Another spin out. Yellow flag. We're at yellow flag. Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. Red flag, red flag. Yellow flag. They were going to go red, but they went yellow. They didn't know what they're doing, but they went yellow flag. And now we're back to green flag, green flag. Course, if one more driver is left, we have a spin out. We have one more driver that has left the course. Right now we have 5 drivers left, but we have one who spun out and or crashed. So yellow flag. Yellow flag. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. We have a red flag. 4 drivers are left. We're not sure what's going on, but red flag has been called. As you can see from the flag stand, we have red flag. Red flag. Yellow flag, yellow flag, we're yellow flag. 8 drivers started this race, now we're down to 4. Green flag. Leader. They're just second and third place. Have a winner. Yellow flag now for slowing down. So to summarize that race, we had 2 red flags and multiple yellow flags. We started off with 8 drivers in that race, and it got down to 4 as time went on. And I think I don't know if we've got any more or not. "10 minutes until the next and final race." Final race in 10 minutes. So we will sit here and we will wait. Minutes before the next race. So we've had several cars that crashed. We've had several red flags. We've had several yellow flags. And right now we're waiting on the last race, which will take place in about 10 minutes. So this racetrack is the 91 short track. It is located just off of Alabama Highway 91 in Hanceville, Alabama. That is where this track is located. They have various races on some Saturdays and stuff, usually Saturday evenings and stuff. They race 2 to 3 times a month, sometimes more, depending on circumstances and whatnot. I know they're supposed to have 16 races in a season. I'm not sure if I'll be at all 16, but I'll be at most of the races. There is some that I will be at, some that I will not be. So, but these races take place at the 91 short track, the fastest short dirt track in the South, and it's located just off of Alabama Highway 91 in Hanceville, Alabama. And for those of you joining me for watching this racing coverage on Sports Love Media, thank you very much for joining me tonight for part 1 and for part 2 of the go-kart racing. We have one more race to go, and that will be the final race of the evening. So hit the like button, hit the share button, get this out there so we can get this good race going. In the meantime, if you will, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the notification bell so you can be made aware of when I'm covering these live broadcasts, when I have sports action videos, when I have sports education videos, when I have breaking news in the sports world or other sports information. You can find me on YouTube by going to www.youtube.com, the slash symbol, the at symbol, SPORTSLOV, or you can find me at the, by typing in Bob Amin, BOBAMIN, in the search tab on YouTube, and you'll know it's me, because I have Sports Live Media, burned into a basketball as my avatar. I'm also on Twitter X, and my handle there is at BobAmin16. That is the at symbol, BOBAMIN16. I thought I'd go ahead and tell you that because when the last race is done, we'll wrap up the second part of the broadcast pretty quickly. So we have one more race left this evening that I know of. So stick with Sports Law Media. I have you covered, and we will get that last race in here shortly. We're just waiting for them to get set up. But it will be the last race of the evening. For those that's joining me here on Sports Law Media, I do greatly appreciate you very much. And if you came in the chat and didn't say anything but joined anyway, thank you for joining me. For those that said something in the chat, I greatly appreciate that. I try to speak to everyone who puts the chat in the chat thing, and if I didn't get to you, I apologize for that. But thank you again, all the same, for joining me on this broadcast tonight. So while we're waiting, let's just look at them wrapping up, doing their final repairs to their cars, or putting them in the trucks, because some are leaving and some will not be. So here's where we got everyone right now with the vehicles and stuff. There is one more race that is going to go on, so we can see how the race goes. So anyway, thank you again for joining me on Sports Law Media. I do greatly appreciate it. Good job, by the way. So you're going to be racing in that last race, I'm guessing? Or are you done for the night?
Done. I'm just going to drive around after on my new motor. Practice for the big race.
I got you. Yeah. As soon as the last race is done, I'm out. So I hope you have a good evening. Good job, by the way. I enjoyed watching you race, and so did my viewers. Yeah. That was one of the drivers for the racing tonight. He raced in 2 different races. He won first place in the heat, and then when he had his main feature race, he won that as well. So anyway, we are waiting for one more race to take place, and that will be taking place here shortly. So again, once this race is over, we'll be cutting the stream very quickly after the last race tonight. For those that want to rewatch the race, I will have part 1 and part 2 posted in various places where you can rewatch it. So, you know, if you will, please do that. I do greatly appreciate you. So anyway, we're just kind of waiting now for the last race of the evening, and they're going to be doing that here shortly. I'm not sure how many laps it's going to be, but it's going to be a very quick race, and I'm not sure how many drivers are involved in the last race, but one last race to come. Okay. So basically in these go-kart races, they have divisions for kids, they have divisions for adults, and they have a division or 2 for the ladies when they have enough ladies to have a ladies division. So they do have that. Again, there will be more of these go-kart races. I know for sure that there will be a big one coming up in June, later in June, and when it gets a little closer, I'll be doing more to promote that. So there will be other live streams that we'll be doing regarding various subjects and various sports events in the coming days, so stay tuned for those. I will make an announcement regarding when those live streams will take place as they come about, so we will have some more of that coming up soon. So thank you again for joining me on Sports Live Media tonight. I do greatly appreciate you, more than you know. So it looks like we're about to get started with the last race of the night. Not sure how many drivers are in that last race, but they're getting it staged now, and they're in the grid area, as they call it. The grid is the staging area. We got a little bit of power left, so let's put this on the charger. We can keep going. Sorry for the shaking, I'm trying to power up. All right, there we go. We got some power now. We have one more race left here on Sports Live Media, and then we will wrap it up for tonight. But we're waiting for the last race to take place. So stick with Sports Live Media. I do have you covered tonight for go-kart racing, and we will have the final race coming here shortly. Yeah, there's one driver ready to go for this last race. So anyway, thank you again for joining me on Sports Live Media. I do greatly appreciate it. Now they've got the engines going, so we shall be starting this last race very shortly. Christian and Joni, this race is taking place at the 91 short track in Hanceville, Alabama, just off of Alabama Highway 91. they come up and prep. It looks like we have 7 drivers in this race. We have 7. We have 7 drivers in this race. Last race about to get underway. We have 7 race car drivers. Yellow flag. Yellow flag to start for caution. Yellow flag. Green flag. One driver has left the course. We're now down to we're down to 5. We had 6. Let's get them as they're about to wave the white flag. One person has left the course. That's the bluish yellow flag. We have 4 drivers left, and we have a yellow flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag has been issued. We have 4 drivers left. I didn't mention, but they have a blue and yellow flag, which is for those that's trying to leave the track for whatever reason. But that's usually issued under green flag circumstances, so that's new even to me. So it looks like we've got 3 that's still running, and we got 1 that's disabled at the moment. We got a yellow flag at the moment. We have a yellow flag. Yellow flag. We have yellow flag. 4 drivers. We had 6. We're down to 4. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. It was a green flag, but went immediately back to yellow flag. So they went green flag, but before they could really get going, they went immediately back to yellow flag. And now we have 3 drivers on the course. 1 has left. We started this race with 6, and we're down to 3. We're down to 3. Yellow flag. Yellow flag still. We are down to 3 drivers. Green flag. Green flag. Looks like a close battle for first and second. White flag, we're gonna get the leader. This is gonna be close. This is close. Winner by a very small margin. That's a close race to the finish. Yellow flag, everybody leaves the course. There you have it. That is the last race of the evening. Thank you again for tuning in to this event for Go-Kart Racing Part 1 and for Part 2 on Sports Live Media here on YouTube. I'm Bob Amin signing off for Sports Live Media. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.